Namaste to all students. Khushro Bitia, myself Javin Dr. Khushbu Verma from Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today we are going to discuss about microprojectile. This session belongs to Recombinant DNA Technology course of program BTech FBT 4 SEM. So first of all, you have to know about that what is microprojectile and how it is used for gene transfer techniques. Microprojectile, a synonym name is biolistics. Basically, biolistics or microprojectiles are used for the DNA transfer. This method is a basically physical method, and there is no use of any chemical in the whole process. So ballistic or particle bombardment is a physical method that uses accelerated microprojectiles to deliver DNA or other molecules into intact tissues and cells. The simplest method of the direct introduction of therapeutic DNA into target cells. It is the most effective direct gene transfer method. It was firstly described as a method of gene transfer into plants by John Sanford at Cornell University in 1987. All the major cereals were able to be transformed, and first commercial GM crop was maize containing Bt containing genes. This method avoids the need of protoplast and is better in the efficiency. As you have seen that in the electroporation method, you need protoplast in case of a plant cells because it will help to easily create the pores within the plant cell. If there will be a cell wall present in the plant cell, so electric pulses will become less and will become less effective. So in this case, in biolistics, there is a no need of protoplast, and this method is better in the efficiency, means they will give the good result. This technique can be used for any plant cell, root section, embryos, seed, and pollen. One more thing, you can concentrate on a point that this complete process is basically very important and very beneficial for plant cell and for the making of GM crops. So this is the basic advantages, that there is no need of a protoplast in this method. The gene gun is a device that literally fires DNA into the target cell, and the DNA to be transformed into the cell is coated onto microscopic beads made of either gold or tungsten. Beads are very carefully coated with the DNA molecule. And why they are very carefully coated? Because DNA is a very delicate molecule, so it can be degraded. So during the coatation, you have to be careful that DNA should not be degraded by any kind of an enzyme. The coated beads are then attached to the end of the plastic bullet and loaded into the firing chamber of the gene gun. An explosive force fires the bullet down the barrel of the gun towards the target cells and then lie just beyond the end of the barrel. When the bullet reaches the end of the barrel, it is caught and stopped, but the DNA coated beads continue on towards the target cell. Some of the beads pass through the cell wall into the cytoplasm of the target cell. Here, the bead and the DNA disassociate, the cells become transformed. Once inside the target cell, the DNA is solubilized and may be expressed. If we talk about the types of the gun which is used basically in this method, so helium powered versus gunpowder, and handheld versus stand alone. So these kind of a gun can be used during the microprojectile method. And helium pressure gene ICS LO1NIN G triple zero PSI pounds per square inch is very important and very famous example of the gun which has been used for the microprojectile method. Now come to the preparation of the microcarrier. How you will prepare the microcarrier for the microprojectile projection. So gold or tungsten beads are used as a microcarrier. They are pre-treated with the ethanol and sterile distilled water. After that, suspension of the microarray can be used and can be stored as the liquids either at 4-degree temperature, means you can store it on 4 temperature if this microarray is prepared by the gold, or at the minus 20-degree temperature if it is made up by the tungsten. Microprojectile or microcarrier is a 2.5 centimeter diameter and 0.06 millimeter thick plastic membrane which is used by only once, and the microprojectile or microparticle vary from zero point 0.5 to 2 micrometer, made up of the tungsten and the gold. Tungsten particles are cheaper but irregular in the shape and size and may be toxic. Also show the surface oxidation when leads to the DNA precipitation. Gold particles are more uniform, 1 to 3 micrometer, and show less toxicity, but they show variable coating with DNA and costly also, because gold is more costly in comparison to the tungsten. Plasmid DNA, basically from the E. coli, is attached to the microcarrier by mixing both of them in 2.5 mole per calcium chloride and zero point 0.1 molar per spermidine, which is a polyamine. The microarray is then washed with the ethanol and finally resuspended in the ethanol, and the microcarrier is then applied to the microcarrier membrane. That's how you can prepare the microcarrier during the use of microprojectile. So this is how we can prepare microcarrier, and for the microprojectile principle, we can understand it by a diagrammatic representation, and here I am showing the slide of diagrammatic representation of microprojectile. Here you can see the complete arrangement of the microprojectile, how it is arranged before the bombardment and how it works basically after the bombardment. So here you can simply see this is the plunger, and this is gas vent which is filled with the helium gas, and this plate, thick plate, is known as the restraining membrane. And below the restraining membrane there is a Kapton disc present, and just under the Kapton disc there will be a microprojectile, and there are two screw in retainers are present, and at the lowest screw in retainers one stopping screen is also present, and at the last there is a screen which is covering the plant tissue or animal tissue, whatever you are using, it will cover that tissue material. So this is the complete arrangement of microprojectile before the projection, and after the starting of particle bombardment, you can simply see here this plunger will be released and this restraining membrane will be break down, because this plunger will cross completely this restraining membrane, and after the crossing this restraining membrane it will be ruptured and helium gas will be released, and when helium gas will be released at the in retainer, it will create the shock wave, and this shock wave will create the pressure on the this stopping wall, which will release the micro particles, and these microparticles will attack on the tissue, and it will be like a completely bombardment. So, and these particles will have DNA coated, and when this bombardment happen, so some of the micro particles will be introduced into this tissue material, and that's how DNA can be transferred by this physical method. DNA is basically bound to the microprojectiles which impacts the tissue of immobilized cell at the high speed. Here you can see again a diagrammatic representation of a specific gun which is known as caliber ballistic gun. So you can simply see in this gun, there is a finger firing pin, and this is the blank charge. And this is nylon micro projectile, which is having micro projectiles, which are coated by the nylons, and these two vacant area is known as vents. And this is played to stop micro projectiles, and at the final you are able to see this target tissue. So when this firing pin attack on the blank charge, so it will create the pressure on the nylon micro projectiles, which will able or which will trigger the release of micro projectiles, and these micro projectiles will cover this complete path and then will go for the bombardment on the target tissue. In the next slide, you can simply see again the complete process, that how this micro projectile work. And here you can simply see this is the promoter for the plant expression, and this is the clone gene, and this one is the bacterial sequence. This is 1 micromole plasmid structure which is having our gene of interest. Now we can use this vector and precipitate the DNA onto microprojectiles. We can cover the microprojectiles, or we can coated the microprojectile by this DNA material. And microprojectile we can use basically of tungsten, because it will be cheaper in comparison to gold microprojectiles. After the preparing of these microparticles, further we will load these microparticles into the particle gun, and then we start the firing pin, which create the pressure on the blank charge, and this blank charge further will create the pressure on the macro projectile. This macro projectile further will release these microparticles onto the target cells or tissue, and that's how these microparticles will be introduced into the target cells. And further these cells will be filtered over the nurse cells, and then we go for the regeneration of the plants, and that's how we can create the GM crops by using this physical method. Now come to the advantages and the limitation of the biolistics or microprojectile method. So if we talk about the advantages, so there is a requirement of the protoplast in plant cells can be avoided, and valid intact cells can be penetrated. And third advantage is manipulation of the genome of subcellular organelles can be achieved. And now come to the limitations. So basically it create the shallow penetration of the particles. Second limitation is it is basically associated the cell damage, because in the case of attack of microparticles, it can create the cell damage, it can rupture the plasma membrane of the intact cell. Third limitation is the inability to deliver the DNA systematically. Means if we require only one DNA molecule in within a cell, but there is a attack of many microprojectile during the shotgun method, and when we need only one DNA molecule into a cell, by the biologistic method, many of the microparticles will be introduced into the cell, and many DNA molecules can introduce into the cell. And that's why we can simply see there is a no symmetry in the DNA molecule insertion or introduction into the cell. So basically this is delivery method is non-systematic. And fourth limitation is the tissue to incorporate the DNA must be able to regenerate. And third limitation is the equipment itself is very expensive and very delicate, and we need some experienced persons to handle this machine. So these are the limitations of this method. And now this is the sum up of this session. and some key points which are very much important in the context of competitive exams. So first of all, what is the basic concept, what is the basic principle of the micro projectile, and how many types of guns can be used for the micro projectile method, and how many types of the microparticles and by which kind of a material or component these microparticles or gun bullets can be prepared, and how it is useful, and what are the basic and what are the main advantages of these ballistics, and what are the limitations of this ballistic method. So now this is the sum up of this session, and this session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. If you have any query, then mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.